It's me, Mr. Glass, is back at it again with the truth, period. Fuck all the bullshit. It is what it is. When you look at the truth speaks and literally is what it is when it literally speaks for itself, being self explanatory. What I mean by the truth is the word being self explanatory, being all that there is in me and you, being unconditional love, being just that, the truth, way to love, knowing where to love come from to love with. When you sit there and think for yourself for a change, I want you to think, how did you go from first to being last? How do you go from knowing to believing? How do you go from spiritual to religious? How can you go from knowing the divine, creating from conscious thoughts, having a peace of mind, a body that links up with your heart, beating with your soul? We are the energy. We are the Creator's greatest creation to be in. The conscious thinking human being here, consciously thinking all together, doing for each other. Period. It's all about love, baby. Until you realize with your own two eyes that there's only one divine creator, and that's it, and that's within you. And then and only then you're gonna come to the truth being literally a part of you. Literally. The truth is the best part of you because it's the best part of you being born here. Because when you look at when you come here to life with the help of your mother and your father, listen to me carefully. When you look at the truth being just that, the truth, you coming out of your mother with the help and the donation of your father. But when it burrows all the way down to the two people that started all off, you only have your mother and father. They have their mother and father. They have their mother and father. And they're on, and so far and farther, and there on you go. But you keep going. That's what infinity is within each and every one of us. To know how unconditional love is true within me and you at the same divine time. And what makes it so divine is that unconditional love that you can't see but you can feel because it's the power that rotates this whole planet Earth. It is creativity in me and you. It is the only reason why you work. You don't work by remote control, stupid. That's why there isn't no fucking God being in the fucking sky, being some heaven bullshit lie, because that's the lie they want to portray to you. You gotta stop and think for yourself. If you really searching to know the truth. Because one thing about the truth is self explanatory. And one thing about the truth will never lie to you for you to know. That's why the truth is what it is within me and you. And the truth is the only reason why we all go. Knowing what I know and going into the light to know and didn't go into the light for knowing. I went into the unknown not knowing, but now I know because I'm showing you. After I went into the light of enlightenment and the Creator gave me life back to live life straight to not to the left, not to the right, or backwards, to live life as straight as what I am now. I am as straight as an arrow shot at a target known to hit in the middle, and I am as sharp as a razor that can cut a hair particle down the middle. Because knowing what I know and knowing the divine creator of all that there is being in this life to know, I ain't saying that I know it all, but I know what I need to know. And the thing that I need to know that I need to know more is what I'm getting to know. Because I'm always asking questions. I'm always thinking. I'm always listening to you. I can't never stop and believe. Because that's what children do. To believe is to believe in a lie that don't make no motherfucking sense. Because one thing about the truth always makes sense. That's why it's always, meaning forever, meaning eternal, is always that light that's on in your heart. Because that light on in your heart is the lightning strike before the smoke of fire. It's the unconditional love that you can feel to be alive. It's the truth that was never taught. Because it's naturally, baby, and stored in you, baby. Because the truth is the truth, and we supposed to be watching over each other. Because a responsible adult knows that they're responsible for the baby. A responsible adult knows that they're responsible for the children. A responsible adult knows that they're responsible for the handicapped. A responsible adult knows that they're responsible for the elderly. A responsible adult knows that they're responsible for the animals. A responsible adult knows that they're responsible for each other. A responsible adult knows that they're responsible for this planet. Because the responsible adult knows that it's all that we got to live on. So, like I said again, until you realize with your own eyes where the lies lie at within you, to never have to lie again because you know the one that put you in the race to not have to race no more because it's already won for you. Because once you realize through your eyes the truth is just that, the truth, and the truth is literally unbelievable. Once you know what to do. I'm just trying to told you. To believe is to not act knowing what you're supposed to do. Believe is not doing nothing because you're waiting for somebody to tell you to. When it's already stored in you what to do. Because it's natural, baby. We are natural people of being the first people. So when you think about that for yourself, I'm not trying to tell you that we're better than anybody else. But I'm just letting you know that we should know better. When you know better, you do better. And I know so much more better to the point where I know so much better. I see you when I'm standing up, and that won't be that much longer. I'm just saying, it's time for us to stop playing games with each other. It's time for us to start telling the truth to each other. It's time to stop the lying. It's time to be what we supposed to be. As divine as the Creator is within us to have peace of mind, you should be thinking for yourself at all times. Once you reach a certain age and you gonna create another one or two of yourself, because you are responsible for what you create, and that's why I'm saying the babies right now. Because how do we allow them to do so many abortions? To say that 20 million babies have been aborted in the last years, that's too many. And when you look at within the time frame of the years that the babies were aborted, that's too damn many. So it's time for us to stop the madness of the genocide that we're doing to ourselves by aborting these babies at this large rate. This shit hurt me in my heart. It is what it is. Because once you realize with your own eyes you're responsible adults, you're responsible for these kids having kids. Because these kids shouldn't be doing no adult shit. Because there shouldn't be no kids having kids. They haven't made it to being adults. And they got some adults that think like kids. That's why we're having kids. Because adults haven't grown up. But you adults have to realize that you are responsible for what you done created. You can't leave that in some God's hand. That's their government. And that's the way that they create that shit for you to believe in. Because in God we trust. It's on the money. And most of y'all trust in the money more than most of y'all trust in God more than y'all trust in yourself. And y'all definitely trust in the money more than y'all trust in anybody else standing next to you, around you, or with you. I'm just saying. It is what it is. We gotta stop playing games with our life and start telling truth to our youth. I say it again, we gotta stop playing games with our life and start telling the truth to our youth. Because our youth are our future, and our future is looking grim. Because we keep on telling them the same bullshit that bullshitted us, we bullshitting them. But they seen through the bullshit. That's why they ain't respecting you, their parents, because somebody else is telling them the truth. When it's your fucking job, you created them from the divine creator within each of us at the same divine time. That's why you create a reality for you to be here. Because if not, being the creator being already within you, you'll lay in the motherfucking bed not knowing what the fuck to do. So stop being stuck on stupid thinking that Santa Claus being that motherfucking child part of being the adult grown up version. Let me break that down a little bit slower for you so you can get what I'm saying. Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. That is the child version of what they was hearing in the background that was so scary. And that was the God, the Jesus, the Holy Ghost, and the devil. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, you won't get your present from Santa Claus. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, and you do something devilish, you're going to hell for it, y'all. That was the bullshit to get you stuck on fucking stupid, not thinking for yourself. Because if you look at who gave you that bullshit, who told you that these writings in this book was the writings of the Creator? They told you that it was the writings of your father called God that gave his son up as a sacrifice for you to be created. That's bullshit. That's all the bullshit that they created that bullshit to be. That created that bullshit just as well they created that bullshit to fucking twist up me and you just like it did. I was twisted up in that bullshit at one time too, until I went into the light that was so divine to the point where I just felt all that there is to be. And I didn't want to come back to this bullshit, but now you see I'm back. You can see. So I am the proof to going into the light. That is the reason why my heart as is light as a feather could be light. So when you look at, I know all the lights now. Light as a feather, the light of the world, the beacon of light, the blue light, the black light, the all colors of the speed of light. I just don't know what I'm trying to get to know, and that's the rest of the way to go. And that's what I'm trying to know. That's why I'm always asking questions to the ones that say they know to find out that they don't know. Because anybody that do know, they're gonna be happy to explain what they know, where they know come from, and why you should know what they're talking about easily. So when I can break down any and everything that I talk about because of well what I know come from for me to know what I'm talking about, it's all that is divine within me and you, all at the same divine time. What makes the creator that I know and you should know too so divine is that the creator will never control your mind, take away your life, your free will to choose to do the one and only willing way of the creator, and that is to love, to create good, to never to create good, to never destroy, to never want bad, to never hate. But it is what it is when you look at us being human. See, that human part of us that changed all the divine part of us that was straight as straight could be was when we start eating flesh. And when we start eating animals, that changed you and me. But once you stop eating flesh, eating of flesh, of a flesh, you will see for yourself. Your ideas won't just be coming off of the televised to your vision called the TV set. I'm just saying, it's time to wake up from the bullshit and start smelling the roses that's real before they start turning to plastic. Because it's just a matter of time. If we don't wake up to getting the people to wake up to realize where the ideas are at and lies are at, inside of us all, we're gonna continue being stuck on stupid, believing some bullshit that don't make no sense. When the creator of all that there is to be here to make sense is within you for you to make sense. People lie and the numbers don't. Do your math. 0 1 adds all up to us being the ones in the middle of the circle of life, to looking over the whole circle. From the love that's unconditional that you can't see, but it's the power of you to realize where it be in you to come from, so you can be here to know what you're doing, and then and only then you're gonna still be here being an adult thinking like your children. I'm just saying, I love you more than you love you. I just want you to know the truth is already ready in you. You just need to activate the light that's already on. You just don't know what the light is that's on. And that's that unconditional love that you just can't control. But it is within you to know. You got it, babe.